again. I just wanted to jump back in and show you basically more of the same thing. I'm still working with the original gray from the background and my light mix for the cloud color. So all that's happening now is the layer that I was painting the last time I checked in with you is now dry. So I'm just using the same light color on top of the dry light color that's behind it to kind of create a little more density and a little more volume. So just by painting these thin layers over each other, even of the same color, you're building up this kind of opacity. And I don't want it everywhere because I really do want to keep some of that loose lightness of the clouds from the previous layer that I painted. But I do just want to jump in certain places and just create a little more dimension and a little more detail. This brush is smaller than the brush I was using last time. It's just another like pretty dense round brush, and I'm just going in and just building in little shapes where I feel like they should be. And I'm trying to keep it from being too ripply, too cotton candy-esque. Like my inclination when I first start doing this is always to kind of overdo it just because it's really fun. So a lot of times I'll do this for a while and then end up going back and knocking down like half of it and blending it out a little bit more because I just don't want it to be, I don't want anything to be super, super pronounced. This is in the middle of the sky and I would like there to be like a little bit of drama here, but nothing too crazy. But it's just fun to add this little bit of detail on the edge, building up a little bit more specificity in the shapes and a little more volume by bringing up the lightness of some of what's happening here. So it's really simple. I'll be doing this particular part of the process for a pretty long time because it's a lot of sky to cover, and you can just go back and forth, and there's really no time when I'm like, okay, it's over, that's enough, because you really can keep doing it. So a lot of times, I do it and I do it and I do it, and then I'm like, okay, now we really have to wind this down, and it's not like there couldn't be more to do. But, I just want it to be subtle. I don't want it to be like, too ripply, too puffy, too anything. I don't want it to be too anything. I don't want you to like notice, really, I just want it all to kind of I want nothing to stick out too much in any of these cloud shapes. And so sometimes, like, if I do this today and I come back tomorrow and look at it, if there's one area that my eye jumps to, that's not necessarily a good thing. I have to see, like, okay, did I do that differently than everything else? Does it look like it's a strange transition? Or is it just, it actually is an area of the sky that I want to be brighter and hold more attention, So it's just, a lot of trying to figure out that kind of thing. Like, where do you want your eye to go? Because a lot of this painting is the sky. So, just adding these little bits of light in and working around that way. And it's really a lot of fun, to just do these little bits of tapping and then move on to the next area. And maybe I'll connect this to the area behind it and keep moving it a little bit. And, just connecting some of these areas of lightness. And you can get a lot of detail this way. Or you can also have passages where there's a lot less detail and your eye can sort of rest. So I don't want everything to be at level 10 all the time. I want it to be a little bit of a back and forth. So I hope this was helpful, and I will check back in when I'm on to the next layer.